Yeah, we're back here, ride and drive. I wanted to update. Uh, yeah, rocking hot on the old MB301 right now. Working good. I'm loving it. Decided, well, it's time to get my LED lights on. So what I did is that how you say it? What I did is. But anyway, I took off the stock headlight, Mr. Mellow Yellow here, and where that was at was on this bracket, which at the time wasn't bent down and in like it was. It was straight up and down on both sides, and then the two bolts went through that, and of course you had your pivot point, so self-explanatory with all that. And then inside was I don't know, looked like an accessory, and then they had the fuse lamp, the fuse for the lights. So I will maintain that. I am waiting for headlight on-off switch right now come through the mail. But in the meantime, I thought I'd go ahead and mount my LED lights. So what those are these right here, little 6 little lights per light. And for right now, I'm going to mount them just like that, and then one on the other side, and I'll show you. I'll show you what I got. And if it seems like that's going to be too much for that battery, I'm probably going to just put one in the middle. So I'm going to make an extra hole. So what I'm going to do here is, these in itself are really strong, and I think they'd probably be okay, but they do, they're going to give me a little bit of wiggle when I'm going down the trail. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put a bridge between this and this, and seeing how I have a welder, I'm probably just going to weld a little strap right there to solidify this too, and I'm going to put a hole in the middle in case I want to go ahead and mount just one. So, but I just took a crescent wrench, and like this, and bent those down. It wasn't too hard to do, but firm enough, and kind of manipulated them that way. So it wasn't really too bad a deal to bend those in. Those lights looked expensive, but those were only $14 for 2 on Amazon. So I had them ship them to my door for right around $14. So I didn't think for what these are, they got pretty decent reviews, and I don't know how they'll last out in wet weather, but I'm not really a wet weather driver, so they should be okay, but I don't know. But they look pretty. They're all aluminum, blah blah blah, and so we're going to give those a chance, see how they do. If they don't work well, we'll get something else. So I just wanted to update you. I'll go ahead and get that bracket on there and then show you, and then mount the lights. Got my I got my bracket put across there, my little bridge. So yeah, it's twice as sturdy now because it's incorporating two pillars, and then I got a hollow tube in the middle with a hole right in the middle for if I want to go with a single light. Yeah, my welding gloves just to protect, by the way. Those are stupid handy for if you want to protect something from getting splatter on it. If you don't get too close to it. These work pretty good, and I don't have to worry about melting things I don't want to melt. So okay, I'll catch up with you. I'm going to go ahead and lightly grind that and mount them lights. Yeah. So I got that ground and painted. You ever notice how when you paint something it kind of looks like I meant to do that? So yeah, I wanted to kind of give it a little bit of anti-rust quality. So I just hit that with a little matte black high temp. I use high temp matte black on about everything. I don't have to worry about it burning off for whatever reason. Of course, up here, who cares? But I've even did my exhaust with that. Basically what you use on a grill, and it's staying put. So okay, we'll get the lights mounted. Alright, well I got my lights mounted. Here's the walk-up on it. So it's going to kind of look like that from the front. I don't have my switch yet. I'm waiting on the U.S. Postal Service to bring that to my door. But yeah, those mounted real well. The only thing I had to do is go all macro here on you. Yeah, this thing doesn't really do that. But I put 2 washers in here on both sides and then tack welded them to make my lights a little straighter going across, because they were kind of droopy going out, which obviously I got a curve on both sides, so why wouldn't they? So yeah, and then I put a little paint on it, and it makes it look like I meant to do it. So there you have it, and I'll show you what they look like here in a little bit once we get the switch mounted. Real quick, while I'm waiting on my light switch, I wanted to share something with you. I was just counting up the weight of this bad boy. My box claims this weighs 54 pounds dry weight. So yeah, with oil, maybe a little bit more. The battery that I installed, 5 pounds. A Predator 212 weighs 40. So let's say 15 pounds difference. Plus the battery's 20 pounds difference. So I'm saying the flywheel, that has to weigh a little bit more. So let's just add 5 pounds for good luck. You know, when we consider the bigger, this thing wasn't very heavy, it's aluminum around there, stainless, but I don't know, but I'm going to say probably I've added, well, what I say? I said 15 more for the engine and 5 for that, that's 20 pounds, and then maybe a little bit more for the, let's say 20, I probably added 25 pounds. Let's just say that. So that's where we're at so far. I just want to let you know. Suspension-wise, it rides great still, so I'm not having a problem. I don't think I'm going to have to stiffen up my front forks, putting a bigger spacer in there. And these T-Bolt USA, I think these are 1300 millimeter adjustable oil-filled dampened shocks. Don't give me any issue at all. So, but I will say this, I forgot to bring up when I talked about those before. That will raise your seat height probably, I bet 2 inches compared to the stock ones that aren't. Those things are pretty short compared to these. So these basically came off of, no, they didn't come off of, but they're designed for like a Grom or a, well, actually it's a Honda Monkey, the newer one. And I seen them and snagged them, and they fit just about right. The bike's setting pretty level right now, so I like that little bigger feel anyway, because I'm, you know, plus 240, so yeah. Anywho, just throwing that out, the increased weight's probably 25 pounds, time to get this electric start. So if that's a factor for you, you might want to consider / reconsider. I don't know. I love it. It's stupid nice. So, all right, I'll get that switch and get back with you. Okay, we're back. Got light switch. Got it put on. As you can see, I tucked it behind my front brake reservoir, and it was open at the back, so I could actually see the inner workings. So I don't know if I did it right or not. The way I wired it up is the wire going to and fro to this switch, you know, may be positive. I'm not sure. I'm grounding. So when that switch is throwed, I'm just creating a ground. So I figured worst case, if it shorts out from moisture or whatever, worst case, my lights are going to stay on. At least I know exactly what's happening, instead of a dead short popping my fuse down here, and who's in the dark now? So yeah, I just did it that way. I don't know whether that's right or not, but I kind of tucked everything behind here. Got these two hooked up, and it goes down to down in here, and I got a couple spade terminals right here. And once again, I use my ground bolt here, and on the other side, I use the for the hot. I use the Star solenoid positive post, which I got everything else there too, and that just made it a neater install, which I like. And I've got some stuff called liquid tape, and what I'll do is I'll butter that stuff up. It's basically a cold vulcanizing rubber, and it insulates, so, and it's black. So I'll probably paint some of this stuff up to kind of help water resistant it a little bit, and go from there. Anyway, I wanted to show you the light output-ish. Let me kill my lights here. Still got them on the other half of my shop, but this will give you an idea. There's the lights. Doesn't look like much right now, but yeah, these things are okay, these things are stupid bright and white. So I don't know. We'll try them out once it gets much darker out. I'll take them out on a roll, and we'll go from there. When I go to start, just turning it over, I do get a little dim. It's not terrible, so I don't think they're over amp drawing. But the jury's still out on that, so we'll see. And anyway, I just wanted to share. That's my turn the light back on. LED light install. I ended up, I had these all lined up real pretty, but I ended up canting them both directions to get a little more light output on either side of me. And they're tight enough but loose enough where I can adjust them on the trail and to see where I want them to end up. So there you have it. I hope you find value in that. And yeah, we'll go from there, and I'll see you the next vid. I wanted to show you, I got to thinking about it. Well, why can't I show you the amp draw right away? So units off, of course, and there we have it. It's kind of hard to, things float around when they're DC. I don't know. It has to do with the poles and things. But what I wanted to show you is, okay, I'm at 0-ish, and so if I turn my lights on, that's both lights. So I'm almost getting 2 amp draw there. Okay? So that means, unless I'm putting out 2 amps going down the happy trail, I'm going to be slowly discharging my battery during the night with both these lights. So if I go down to 1 light, I'm going to guess I'm going to be pulling about 1 amp. I might do that, but no more than I use these lights. I might just leave it alone, because I'm only ever out for an hour or so during the dark, and I don't really mind that battery draining down a little bit, so I can charge it back up and see where I'm at with it. So that's me. I got some options, and we'll go from there. I just wanted to show you the amp draw on this before I close this video. Thanks a lot.